Once you get that taste of the postseason, there's an itch that has you ready to return.
Jack, it was a welcome back party for Ohio State head coach Urban Meyer this afternoon, and Dwayne Haskins was in charge of throwing it.
It has been an interesting path for Lyman's Xavier Simpson. Pandora Gilboa is off to a 6-0 start, their best start since 2008, while Liberty Benton is riding a 3-game winning streak and has posted back-to-back-to-back shutouts during that span. In between the Flyers and their conference crown, the Redskins from St. Henry. There's not a better way to end the high school football regular season than with a good old-fashioned rivalry game. Coach, what's it like for you, this team, the community, to finally be back in the postseason? Coach Tabler, it was a magical run last year to the state Final Four. You lost a lot of that team. How do you bounce back and fill those shoes?
Jason, after a 55-minute-long press conference, Ohio State head coach Urban Meyer made 3 things very clear. Coach Fry, I know it's been a while since you've met Coach Cooper on an opposing sideline, but tell me, what's it like going against him again and you trying to get your first win against Coach Cooper?
You won 9 in a row. You dropped 2 of the last 3. How determined are you guys to get back on the winning side of things?
Coach Fackler, it's no secret that you guys like to throw the ball around as you've led the league in passing in 7 of the last 8 years. What's it going to be like going against an offense who's just as deadly as you guys are through the air?
Imagine being told that you weren't going to be able to do something you love doing. How would you react? Well, Wapakoneta senior Jace Copeland heard that type of news and had a choice. I caught up with the Redskin, who chose correctly and made an incredible comeback. September 1st, 2017. 2 games into his final football season, Jace Copeland suffered a leg injury.
My dad, he was kind of persistent of me going to get checked that night. But, I mean, I told him I was fine. Just, we'll wait a day to see how it is, you know. I just bruised, swelling.
He said his leg was hurting, but, he was walking fine.
September 2nd, the very next morning, the doctors diagnosed Copeland with compartment syndrome.
Foot went a little numb around 6, and we ended up going to OAO. The doctors originally thought it could be a break, so we got an x-ray done. And when we figured out it was that, we were just in shock, couldn't believe it was something so serious.
It's very painful and it's very serious. If you don't get it treated accordingly and appropriately, it blocks the blood flow, and if you block the blood flow, then you could potentially lose the limb.
The report I got was there was no way he would play basketball.
I mean, they weren't even thinking about sports. Obviously, that wasn't the important part right then, that they just didn't think he was ever going to be able to walk or play anything again.
Thinking in my head, everything's going to be all right, just trying to stay positive, and I guess I just had to keep that attitude. It helped me to have it then because I needed it even more just with what was to come.
Copeland was told he wouldn't be able to jump or even walk until March of 2018. However, the senior had different plans.
I wanted to make it for basketball, just one sport, just give it my all, and just that drive to get back to my teammates and be out there.
He is one of those kids that has a lot of heart, a lot of spirit, totally a hard worker. So when it comes down to what he needs to do, he's going to do it.
And only 2 months later, after strenuous rehab, he proved doctors wrong by checking into his first game on December 27th.
First shot he took, he knocks down a 3. I think maybe the second shot also.
Once I hit the first one, I got wide open look in the corner the next time down. I was like, you just let it fly.
Seeing the crowd's reaction and just, it was great for Jace knowing that, he didn't even look like he missed a set.
I cried. I was so happy. This is probably one of my top 3 favorite moments of my career so far.
And now Copeland has worked his way back into the starting lineup for the Redskins. An accomplishment the whole community can rally behind.
I didn't know it was going to be this soon. I was hoping end of the year tournament. But yeah, it doesn't surprise me with him. That's just the type of athlete and competitor he is.
How's it going, man?
Going on? Good to see you again.
Yeah, let's talk a little bit about your season. Longest win streak in Purdue history at 17, undefeated on U.S. soil, and you're undefeated in the Big Ten. What's it like being a part of a team like this?
Yeah, it's been special so far. Especially we got 4 seniors with Isaac, Vince, PJ, myself. We've been through a lot together. We had a lot of struggles early on as freshmen, a lot of tough losses, but I think that really helped us to grow into who we are now and the team we are now and just the leadership roles we've taken.
With that big win against IU on Sunday, you hit 3 triples, moves you into the 5th all-time career 3-pointers made for Purdue. What's it like seeing that kind of improvement in your game?
I've never thought I'd get that far, especially, freshman year had a lot of struggles, didn't shoot it very well, didn't play a ton, but it just goes to show, hard work and dedication can take you a long way, and I'm just excited for the season we're having, and hopefully we can keep it going.
So you're 29 3-pointers away to breaking Etuan Moore's record. Do you feel any pressure to break it, or what's it like being that close?
I wouldn't say there's any pressure. I mean, each one more. Obviously, he's having a great career in the NBA. He's royalty around here. You know, he's a big-time name, a great guy. So I don't think there's any pressure. I mean, we're on a win streak right now, so that's the most important thing. Just keep winning and taking it one game at a time.
Now, when we're talking team goals, I assume, defend that Big Ten title. That's got to be goal number one.
This summer, we weren't, picked where we thought we would be. Caleb Swanigan left. He was a big part of our team, and people kind of underwrote us for a little bit. So I think we've proved a lot of people wrong so far, and we definitely want to repeat as Big Ten champs, but also get a higher seed, hopefully a #1 seed in the tournament. We've never had one before, so that'd be a big step for us going into March.
What's crazy is back when I was in school here, I remember, watching you come in and, look at you now, what you've grown into. What has pushed you to become the player that you are today?
A lot of hours back at home in Elida. I had a gym growing up. I had 2 older brothers. My dad coached. So definitely that motivated me, just to make them proud.
Is the NBA, future Dakota, is that possible, or playing overseas? What's kind of Dakota's plans for the future?
I want to keep playing, basketball as long as I can, if that's in the NBA or overseas, wherever that may take me. And, after that's over, hopefully, I'd like to stay in basketball and be a coach at some point.
Oh, that'd be awesome. You're going to return back home to Elida, Coach?
Maybe.
Take Coach T's job, right?
Yeah.
Other than that, though, I'm very excited for your future. Thank you so much for your time. I appreciate it.
No problem, man. Thank you. Good seeing you again.
When you think of a lineman, the immediate picture is a big, burly, lumberjack type of guy who isn't afraid to get dirty. Back in high school, that's exactly what Wapakoneta's Corey Crawford was, as he didn't lose a game in his last 2 years with the Redskins and was named the Conference Lineman of the Year on both sides of the ball. A proven winner, Crawford decided to take his talents to Findlay to help the Oilers fight to a national playoff appearance, but now it's the Findlay and Wapak communities helping Crawford fight as he takes on one of the biggest battles of his young life. Years before signing his national letter of intent, Corey Crawford dreamed of playing college football. With hard work, the Oilers saw action in 6 different games, helping Findlay to their first ever Division II playoff win.
Still just in shock. I got to play the opportunity to play football at college. Not many people get that chance.
As the Oilers moved to the next round, decisions had to be made as to who could travel with the team.
The NCAA limits us on travel, and we were not able to travel him to the next game. And it was a tough conversation. Someone who's vested in the program and had to bring him in and said, hey, look, you're going to be home for Thanksgiving.
It was pretty hard at the time because I traveled, the whole time, the whole year. But, everything happens for a reason.
So Crawford came back to Wapakoneta for Thanksgiving, a holiday that would forever change his life.
He just couldn't get comfortable. And he just then started to say, my side really, really hurts. It just kept getting more and more intense. So finally, we said it was time to go to the ER. Thought it was an appendix attack or whatever, but it wasn't. So that's when we first found out that something else was going on.
Crawford's life changed in a snap as the diagnosis came as stage 3 testicular cancer.
No one ever expects to hear that, especially being, 20 years old and just feeling like I have such, so much to do and to go through still.
Corey was just at such a great point in his life. Everything was just going awesome for him. And then to have something like this hit him, we were all just crushed.
Right from the get-go, I knew that, your perspective has to change too. You're gonna get through this, you're gonna fix it. It's all a part of the process, and our family, I love my family, and we're the type of family that can get through anything.
Crawford was told he had a 95% chance of successfully entering a remission after a round of chemotherapy. But unfortunately, he found himself in the other 5%.
Taking that news again was pretty devastating, but I know there's a reason for it, and I know that I'll get through it, and just another battle I gotta face.
But it's not a battle Crawford has to face alone. He is a part of a team and a community that has helped him through it all.
It's been amazing to see our guys, the offensive linemen, unbeknownst to myself, our head coach. Nobody knew they were going to do it. They decided to all shave their heads one night in the dorms.
It's gone for you. You fight, we fight.
The outpour of love and just everyone having these fundraisers and, dropping things off at the house.
We're lucky enough to be in a town like Wapak where you just get an outpour of love. It never ends, it seems like.
People don't realize how much the small things matter, and it's been able to make this whole process so much easier going through it with, the town of Wapak and just along with the team and the coaches and just everyone around me. It's been a big help to me to get through this.
Offensive linemen at times are like big teddy bears until you put them in a situation where they need to fight. And so the expectation of him in this situation is that he will fight, and he'll win. Because that's what he does. That's what he did in high school, and that's what he did here as a football player, and that's what he continues to do now.
Taking punches and giving it back and just going back and forth, because some days there's going to be days where I'm feeling awful and I got to push through and just keep getting through it. But other days, feeling good and, telling cancer, you don't control me and I'm going to beat this.